For years, the truth stayed hidden, the victims forgotten, the cases left cold, until science revealed what time could not. This is Decades in the Dark, where cold cases are brought back to light. Aberdeen, Scotland, September 29th, 1983. It's just after 8 p.m., and George Murdoch is on shift driving his taxi through the quiet streets. At 58, he's well known around town, a kind, soft-spoken man who never seemed to have an enemy in the world. That night, he picks up a fare, a man in his 20s, tall, slim, with dark hair. Destination, an area called Coulter, on the outskirts of the city. George drives into the darkness, but somewhere along the way, the passenger asks him to turn down Pitfadel Station Road, a secluded stretch with few houses and no streetlights. Minutes later, witnesses see George stumble out of his cab, tangled in what looks like a wire. He's trying to pull it from around his neck, but his attacker is relentless, pulling, tightening, cutting into his skin. The weapon is unlike anything police expect. Not rope, not a belt, not even the typical garrote. It's cheese wire, a thin, sharp metal wire with wooden handles, normally used to slice through large blocks of cheese. In the wrong hands, it's deadly. George collapses. His attacker runs. When police arrive, George is clinging to life. He's rushed to the hospital, but the damage is too severe. He dies that night, leaving behind his wife Sheila and an entire community in shock. Robbery appears to be the motive. A small amount of cash is missing. But the sheer brutality and the strange choice of weapon suggests something more. Early on, police have a physical description, thanks to witnesses. They even search rivers and drains for the cheese wire, but it's never recovered. Dozens of people are questioned. The taxi is examined inch by inch, but no arrest is made. Over the years, theories multiply. Was it a robbery gone wrong, a targeted killing, or something else entirely? Without forensic breakthroughs, the case grows cold. Fast forward nearly 4 decades to 2023. Investigators announce they've recovered a usable DNA profile from preserved evidence. Using familial DNA, the same technique that caught the Golden State Killer. They identify 200 potential relatives of the killer. None are direct matches, but these relatives form a family tree, a genetic roadmap to the suspect. Then comes the oddest twist of all. In 2015, decades after the murder, a man in his 60s or 70s is spotted in Aberdeen wearing an Iron Maiden T-shirt. Witnesses say he talked about the Murdoch case and seemed to know more than a casual observer should. Police believe he could be connected, maybe even the killer, and issue an appeal to the public to help identify him. Forensic experts explain just how unusual the weapon is. Cheese wire isn't just thin, it's razor sharp, able to cut through skin with terrifying efficiency. It's rare in violent crimes, making this case stand out in police records. The choice of such a tool raises questions. Did the killer have easy access to it? Was it premeditated? Or did he grab it in a moment of impulse from a nearby location? Sheila Murdoch, now in her 80s, has spent half her life without answers. Year after year, she's attended police press conferences, urging the public to come forward. "Someone out there knows who did this," she says. "It's time to speak." The investigation remains open. Police are actively working through the family tree built from the DNA, narrowing down suspects one branch at a time. As technology advances, the chances of finally putting a name to the killer grow stronger. But until then, George Murdoch's murder remains one of Scotland's most haunting unsolved crimes. A man ends his shift and never makes it home. A wire meant for cheese becomes a weapon for murder. And nearly 40 years later, a killer still walks free. If you have information about the murder of George Murdoch, contact the police in Scotland. This is Decades in the Dark, where science brings the past to light. Subscribe for more stories where justice never expires.